Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Drew, and it's another episode of the MouthSoap. Let's go. Yo, man, so as always, I just want to say thank you to all of the supporters, everybody that subscribes, taps in, listen with us. You know, everybody is following us on IG, that's checking out the stories every day, all of the editorials that we doing. We really do appreciate y'all, man. So keep subscribing, keep sharing with us, keep liking us. You know, it's Thinking Out Loud. I'm Drew, and it's the MouthSoap. So you can find us on all of your SM at the MouthSoap. Make sure you tap in with us. We got the huge-ass logo on the back, you know what I'm saying? So first off, man, I just want to, you know, as I do every week, a bit of a narcissist, but I want to get into my weekend. You know, kind of before I do that, I just want to say good looking out for the team for facilitating this, getting everything going for us. We really do appreciate it. Betty B and Glow, you already know, man. So with that said, this week, bro, it was actually hella interesting for me because a lot of the times I'm always thinking about what I've already done. You know, projects I've already completed, shit that I'm already working on, like, in the rate of completion. Well, this week I'm listening to the radio, and it kind of tripped me out. I'm hearing this interview, and it was one of the board members of Tesla. Tesla is going to be going to Mars in the next decade. Well, what is my plan for the next 10 years? And it really had me like reflecting on the things that I want to do, the goals that I want to set, whether it be immediate or longer term. So, you know, just hearing that, it really kind of refocused my week. It really made me think about a lot of shit that I want to do, that I need to do to get to the place where I'm looking to go. So, you know, I really was appreciative to hear that. And that kind of sums up my week, because now instead of looking back at the shit that I've done, my rate of completion, projects that are already done, now I'm thinking forward, like, what's next? What is the game plan? What is the big picture? And how can I get to them points? So that was just so heavy to me. And, you know, like, man, I remember being 20 years old. I never thought about making it to this point. So now it's time for me to really start being more progressive and thinking about the days ahead. So, you know, also just kind of like thinking about the future and shit, we could talk about the current state of affairs in hip hop. And right now, man, it's so crazy. There's so much news. Everything is going on. I was going big about the Kodak interview with Ebro. To me, man, if you gonna come to an interview, especially here at the MouthSoap, you better be ready to get asked whatever the fuck questions we got for you. We are not about to hold no punches. I'm not about to throw nothing underhand. This is not Fox News, baby. So we going big hard over here. So, you know, I couldn't believe that Kodak went into an interview with a pending case and didn't anticipate them asking about that shit. To me, like, that's a no-brainer. Like, bro, that's a topic that they're gonna want to get into. And not only that, a journalist would be negligent. Journalist, interviewer, shit. Even your homie would be negligent if he don't ask you, like, hey, bro, what's up with your situation? You know, so I think it's important, man, if you got media and you doing press, and you got a pending case, whether it be rape or sexual assault, murder, robbery, whatever that shit is, you better be ready to go on the record and at least deny it. Like, sheesh, bro, a denial will work in that situation. Also, another thing that kind of tripped me out was I saw that Kanye rekindled the little beef that him and Drake got. And, you know, Ye be wildin', man. Like, and I really hate to, like, spend any time on that dude because bro is a big clown. But, you know, the thing for me is, like, I just was looking at bro Twitter feed and I was like, oh, damn, he was going in on, like, Travis Scott. He felt some type of way about the Sicko Mode. But what kind of trips me out about a song like Sicko Mode is that shit is 6-7 months old. That shit came out in the summertime and you just now responding. So, you know, that's kind of a late response. But then, so, you know, to kind of get away from the Ye aspect of it, I saw Kim K get in the beef and she added that boy Champagne Poppy and she was like, hey, if it wasn't for Ye, there would be no Drake. And I just had to sit back and I was like, damn, that's a bold statement. But I mean, there's some context to what she's saying. So, you know, for me, man, with that said, like, I usually am a big proponent of, like, you know, partners staying out of beef and shit. But, I mean, she came for Drake. She came for bro neck. And, I mean, that was hella interesting to me. So I'm interested to see what the next chess play is going to be. If it's me, You know what I want, bruh. Drake, release that unreleased diss track, bro. Release that shit, man. I heard you talk about it on the interview with LeBron in the barbershop. So if you really got that motherfucker, don't bluff, don't pump fake. Let us have it, bro. I need that shit. You know what I mean? So that kind of just brings me into like, you know, a different kind of mode, you know what I mean? And I was like listening to the interviews. I'm trying to do a little shopping, multitasking and shit, you know, holidays is around and passing through and all that shit. So, you know, I'm trying to take care of my business while I'm actually listening about, I think, I forget who it was I was listening to, who take it was. And I'm listening to somebody's take about the whole Kim K shit, right? And I'm at Target. I'm lightweight preoccupied. I got to put the blunt out, all of that. And I'm looking for a parking spot. Bam, I see one. So I start like speeding to it. Speeding to the parking spot, right? And then this fucking van pulls into my fucking spot at Target. Bro, let me tell you how upset I was. I was fucking greased. But then there was this little ass old lady that hopped out. And you can't really be mad at her. Like, you know, she trying to do her shit too. So what I will say is this. Anybody else that takes my fucking parking spot, whether we at Target, at Ralph's, Costco, In-N-Out, any of that shit, bro, you deserve the bitch-ass nigga of the day, okay? So you parking lot thieves, you parking spot thieves, I'm watching out for y'all, especially during the season, bro. Like, bro, I'm trying to get turned up, and I do not want to have my parking spot stolen by none of you bastards, all right? Now, I'm just going in and I'm thinking about, you know, the season is coming up, and it really just make you be real reflective and real thankful for all of the opportunities. So, you know, as I kind of come to the close of this year, man, I just like to reflect and think about, for me, it's 18 now, it's been 11 years since I got locked up. You know, and I remember going in, it was in December of oh shit, nah, my math is way fucked up. That was December of 2005, so that was 13 years ago. And, you know, now, man, to be 13 years removed from or like really like, you know, 11, 12 years removed from a situation, have my freedom back, be able to enjoy shit with my family, with my friends, with my loved ones, with my colleagues, with people that we work real hard with, I think is a beautiful thing, man. And that's something that I'm so thankful for and so appreciative of. And, you know, I know that y'all have been watching us. And over the past 6 months, we really have been surfacing. And, you know, that's all thanks to everybody's support, everybody that's out there tapping in with us. And we really are looking for more growth and, you know, a bigger platform. And we really are going to continue to elevate, man. So, you know, as we go into, you know, this new year and the close of the year, we just so thankful, man, for all of y'all support. You know, we like to keep it lighthearted, tell jokes, crack jokes and shit, but at the same time, I really love the fact that I'm able to bring y'all such unique perspectives, and that's no different than what we're going to do today. But, you know, just to kind of like say thank you to some of our guests that we done had. Shout out to King CG, shout out to Evan, shout out to C-San, man, shout out to Animal for coming through, shout out to Young LA, TK Trinidad, Ash, everybody that we've had come through, Malachi, everybody. So, you know, man, I just really want to say thank you. And today we got a real special guest with us. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. You already know, man, for tapping in with us at the MouthSoap. We got a very special guest. Miss R-Lyn is in the building with us. Thank you so much, R-Lyn, for coming through.
I'm so happy to be here.
No, for sure. And you got your team with you, too. Y'all came deep. Y'all prepared and shit.
Of course. That's how we
thank
roll.
you, guys. Thank you so much for coming through, too, R-Lyn. Like, yo, earlier, actually, too, I had the opportunity to listen to your project.
Uh-oh.
Yes, she's not afraid.
She's not afraid.
Now, listen.
Tell me what you think.
That shit made me fearless.
Really?
Look.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, the thing that I will start with is we could go to the end and kind of just work our way back.
Okay.
I love Royal's tribute, right?
Aww.
He talked about how hard you working. He talked about, you know, what the hours that you putting in, how you would stay up as late as you could writing music.
Oh, my God.
For me, well, I mean, look, Pete. For me, I think that was such a introspective thing, and it was so intimate for you to share. What made you go there with the music?
So honestly, he asked me to do it.
No.
Yeah, he asked me to do it. That's my son, and he's my roll dog. Like, he was in the studio with me. treat your woman right. Not just so, but to show that you know she is worth your time. You will lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She will and she can't find a man who knows her worth. 'Cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her. And so I'm a big fan right now of Queen Naija.
Okay.
And Queen Naija, her son is on one of her records. So he was like, Mommy, can I do something like that for you? And I said, how do you say no to that?
Right.
So when we did that, it was just him and the engineer. So I heard it when it was completely done.
No.
And I literally, like, I don't cry. Every time I hear that, I still cry to this day.
It was tugging at my heartstrings,
Right?
and I was like, I haven't even met you yet.
Yo,
but I
yes.
felt so connected. And,
Yes.
you know, just give us a little bit about perspective of who you are, what brought you to the MouthSoap today, you know, where are you from, that kind of stuff. Let
Yeah,
us know a
so
little
I
bit.
grew up in Boston originally.
Hey.
Yeah. Don't hate me.
No. Hey, man, shout out to Boston. Shout out to them Celtics. We used to watch KG get hella gully out there.
Oh, my God.
And
KG, I love him.
Anything is
Doc
possible.
Rivers.
Right.
Oh, my God. Doc Rivers literally was my first crush ever.
No,
And, like,
oh, shout out to
I
Doc.
promise you, I was like, I'm going to marry that man one day.
Yo, shout out to Doc Rivers. And he's solid. I think he still be coaching, too.
Yeah, he does.
And his son is, like, in the league and
Such
shit
a good
now.
coach. Yo, he swaggy.
Right.
Swaggy coach.
Right.
Like, he would be out there making calls, like, sweat dripping down his face, but no emotion. And that's when I said,
For
you
real.
know what? I'm not going to marry a man until I meet Doc Rivers.
Hey.
Because I need that kind of man, like, under extreme pressure, but shows no emotion. Like, that is sexy.
Listen, Doc Rivers, you need to tap in with r-lyn, boy.
Yes!
Shoot your shot, boy. Now,
Yes!
look, if there's a Miss Rivers
No,
out
he's
there
married.
floating,
He's married.
I was
I
just
don't
about
mess
to
with
do it.
married
Hold on.
men.
I was going to do the disclaimer, though. I was going to be like, if it's Miss Rivers, no disrespect to you, but, like, you know, it may
Yeah.
be better fish out there. You feel me? Like, Doc might need options. He might need to explore those.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, but from Boston, and we were talking a little bit that you also were on in the Northeast in Philly, right?
Yeah, so I've been in Philly for over 10 years now.
How is that?
I love Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that shit, Philly is actually, like, so historical, man. That y'all have, like, the Liberty Bell out there.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all got a gang of shit. The Philly cheesesteaks out there. Ain't
Yep.
Oprah from Philly, too, or something like that?
No.
Or, okay, look.
No.
Wrong
We're
fun
not
fact.
gonna go that far.
Yeah,
We're not
wrong
gonna go that far.
Philadelphia fun fact. You feel me? Like, oh, yeah, I'm just, like, name dropping everybody.
Throwing
like,
everyone out there. No,
yeah.
we're not going to go that far.
But so you love Philly, and it's like
do.
second home.
It's my second home. That's why I went to Philly, because honestly, when I went to college, I wanted to find somewhere close to home. Like, that reminded me of Boston, but was far enough, like, for me to be independent.
Right.
So,
Now one thing that, you know, just kind of like, for me, I grew up here in L.A. I'm from L.A. So I've been to New York, but I haven't visited the whole Eastern Corridor. How far is Boston from Philly? Is it culturally different? Like, would you say it's something, culture shock from one city to that one? Or-
No.
Nah, it's
it's very similar. It's very similar. And that's why I moved out there, because it's like I'm still 5 hours away from home.
Right.
But it feels like home.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
amazing. Now,
yeah.
being in, you know, that Eastern Corridor, you were talking about being in New York with State Property last week for a show. How
Yeah.
was that?
Super dope.
Yeah.
Super dope. Yeah.
Were you performing as well?
No, I was just there.
That's
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing, man. I
Yeah.
mean, even still, like, you know, I perform my rap as well, but I love to just go and, like, check out concerts, check out different artists, see what stage production
Yeah.
is like, see what people are doing in between sets, outfit changes, all that kind of shit. So is that
Absolutely.
something that's interesting
And it was
to
dope
you?
because, like, when I'm in Philly, like, I'm very well known in Philly.
Right.
But, like, to go out to New York, I mean, I'm well known in New York now, too, because I do a lot of stuff there. I'm booked in New York at this moment more than I am in Philly.
Man, congratulations.
But it was just dope to have, like, Philly in the building in New York, you know? And people was really, like, rocking with the crowd, like, knew all the lyrics, knew everything. And so I had my little section on the side, and it was a good night. It was just a good feel.
Man, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you really start to surface in New York, LA, Philly, those markets, that's when you know that you really really have talent.
Yeah.
And that's when you know that your movement is serious as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now, I just actually wanted to ask you my favorite song on the project. I mean, and it was hard to actually pick a favorite. Like,
I'm
but if
excited
I
to
had
hear what it
to
is.
rank a number one for me, I love that Sugar Coated Murder.
Oh, all guys do.
Yo, that shit hard.
All guys do.
That shit hard.
I'll give you the good love, take you to places you ain't heard of, have you screaming you want more of, my sugar-coated murder, 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 oh, right there is on me.
That's the number one guy fan favorite.
Damn, hold on. All right. Well, Cry So Well is dope too, though.
Yo, Cry is like the overall favorite.
Right.
The number one guy favorite is Sugar Coated Murder, and then the number one girl favorite is Eyes. Yeah.
Eyes is actually hard. Now, you had another record on there, Flame?
Flam.
Flam.
Feeling like a model.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. That shit
Feeling
is
like a
hard.
model. Yeah.
That shit is hard. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I think that what is your creative process? And the reason why I want to ask is because, you know, I saw the genre before I listened and it said R&B. And then you listen to it and not only
It's
is it
not.
R&B though, I mean, it is, but
Yeah.
it also has elements of dance. It also has elements of like Spanish pop. It also had elements of kind of like a deep rock, almost like a Pink Floyd type
Absolutely.
of vibes. You know what I mean? So what's your musical and sonic inspiration?
So my whole thing, the reason why I call my album She's Not Afraid is because I didn't want to be put in a box. So I'm a songwriter first and foremost.
Right. You could tell.
Yeah, absolutely. So everything on my album is like penned by me.
Right.
So people were telling me, oh, you need to sound like this. Oh, no, your music is all over the place. You need to fit a certain sound. My thing is that, no, I want to fit every genre that's out there.
Right.
When I'm in my car listening to music, I'm not listening to one type of
Right, of
song or
course.
one type. No, so my album, I want everyone to be able to find a song and, like, really adhere
Identify
to that
with it.
song, identify with it, you know? So that's why I did what I did.
Yeah, I mean, for me.
But that's the beauty of a songwriter.
Yeah.
So anyone can come to me because I've been songwriting for years. Country artists, pop artists, R&B artists,
What's your favorite
rap
genre to write?
artists, R&B, old
Okay.
school.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Etta James is like my everything.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go back, I'm going to go to Etta James. Aaliyah.
Bars.
Love her.
Bars.
Love her.
Now,
yeah.
Now, you could actually tell because that was just so, it came through in the music so clear. It was
Right.
so crystallized that you have all these different influences.
Right.
Now, one of the songs, and it was almost experimental, I think it was Runaway.
Runaway.
It sounded like, I've never heard something like that. You know, I never heard as far as like sonically the beat.
I
And
feel
then
like you're
also
probably
the style.
talking about Wavy then. Maybe.
Nah, Wavy was sexy to me.
Okay,
like,
okay.
I actually I got some notes and shit. I was
Okay.
like,
Oh, look at you.
hell yeah.
Come on
look,
now.
Hey, look.
Come on
but
now.
no, Runaways.
Made me wanna run away, run away, run away with it. People saying whatever, but we gon' still be together. 'Cause they don't know nothing about me and your.
But Runaway, when I listened to it, I was like, man, this is so different. It's unlike anything I've ever heard. What was your
Oh,
inspiration
really?
for that record?
So
in
I actually
particular?
wrote that record with, that's the only record on my album that I wrote with somebody else.
Right.
So Runaway, I wrote with Bob Arrington, who's like an amazing songwriter. So we went in the studio and just laid that out in probably 2 hours. Wrote that like mad quick.
Is your creative process usually that fast?
Yeah, I can write a song in less than an hour.
Look at
So
you.
I always know, because my thing is that I feed off beats.
Right.
So if somebody sends me a beat, it could be the craziest beat on the planet. But if I don't feel it right away, I'm like, no, it's a crazy beat, but that's for somebody else. That's not for me.
Yeah.
So I really need to feel the beat first. And once I feel the beat, I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. I have a story behind it. So then I will write a poem at first. I start off all my songwriting by writing a poem. And then I just break that poem down into lyrics and into a song.
That's a beautiful process.
Yeah.
Now, you seem like you have a very solid mindset as far as your creativity goes, as far as your image goes. Have you ever had any pushback about people, like you just kind of alluded to it, but people trying to put you in a box, whether they want to sexualize you or whether they just want you to only do one style of R&B? Like, what's your experience with that?
Absolutely. It took me 2 years to put my album out.
No shit.
2 years
What was
because
the
of that.
holdup, though?
Because of that. It was because of everyone telling me, okay, no, you're all over the place. You need to sound like this. You need to look like this. Oh, your name is not right for you, this, that, and the third.
Hold on. What do you mean that's your name?
Yeah, no, I know. Trust me, I've been through it. It's hard being a female in this industry. And that's why, even with my cover art, I had 4 different cover arts before I actually put out my album. And at the end of the day, I kept pushing back the release because of what everyone else was saying. And I was like, yo, your album is called She's Not Afraid. Why are you listening to everybody else? Right. Just put this out. Put it out. Yeah. Put it out. So I told Patience, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. This is how I want it. This is what I want my cover art to be. Even the way that my records were on the track, so I wanted my album to tell a story, from start to finish.
Right.
And it does. I strategically placed every single record on my album to tell a whole story, a roller coaster ride from start to finish.
Right.
And so people even fought back at me about that. They were like, no, you need to put your strongest records first and then end it out weak. And I'm like, no, because that's not telling the story.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? She's not afraid.
No,
it's how I want it. Put it out. It's done. Let's go.
Right.
Empire.
Hey,
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Now, one thing, and before we kind of segue into some more content, what I wanted to ask you about is Cry So Well, because you were so personal in that. And
Very
you talked
personal.
About, Royal. And, or was it Royal you were talking about specifically?
So that's about my stepfather.
So it's your dynamic with your parents.
And then bringing my son into it.
Damn.
So I say the first part of the song is about my stepfather and how he pretty much messed me up. And the second part is about my son and how I'm not going to let that happen to my son.
Right.
It's not my fault what you did.
Right.
And I'm going to make sure that my son loves and trusts freely, And then that's why I end the song with Don't Cry, Young Girl, You're Doing So Well.
Man,
so,
bars.
Yeah.
Really appreciate, because so often now in music and shit, a lot of people are talking about, the good and the bright side, or, you know what I mean, flexing. I think that to have something just so honest and so real and so raw, I think a lot of people can appreciate it. I really want to say thank you for your vulnerability in that, because it really came through in the song. And it really comes through in the interview as well, because, you're so humble, you're so cool. Even when you came in, you were just like, what's up? I'm like, oh, shit, let's go. Let's turn up then. So, good vibes and good energy is always reciprocated.
For sure.
I mean? Now, I do want to get into something a little bit fun, though. Yes.
I'm ready.
Hey,
Come
let's
on,
get it.
I'm ready.
I got a segment, right?
Yes.
It's called Test Your Gangsta.
Come test my gangster, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Oh! Yes. Yeah, we going big
She's
today.
a little bit of a thug, so let's go.
Hey, all right. Now, look, the first question I want to ask you is, and since you are a lovely female artist, I'll get to ask you about some other female artists. The first question I want to ask is, which female rap artist has the most platinum albums? Is it Cardi B, Foxy Brown, Trina, Missy Elliott, Nicki Minaj, or Lil' Kim? I don't know why I'm over here counting.
I'm going to go with Nicki.
Nicki. Oh, you're very close. You are very close. I think Nicki is number 2.
Oh, really?
And Missy is number 1.
It was either between Missy and Nicki.
Yo, because Missy
so
with
no,
the
but
trash
you know what
bag,
it is?
she was going big.
No, but honestly, you know what it is that nowadays social media, right? So you always see Nicki posting her stuff, Billboard this, number 1 this, that, and the third. Right. So this day and age, that's all I'm seeing. So that's why I went with Nicki. But
If you think about the history
If I think about,
of it.
yeah, the history and who's better, I'm going to obviously go with Missy.
Yo, and actually, I don't want to go on the who's better and shit, but I had a debate the other day, and I personally feel like, and I know Cardi has a team. I know she has a team of writers that she works with, but I feel like just her freshman album versus Nicki freshman album, Cardi freshman album is better. But that was just me, and that was just my opinion.
love Cardi.
Yeah, me too. Cardi
No,
hard
because
as
you know
fuck.
what? So my thing is that I'm a songwriter. I write everything myself.
Right.
So I don't really necessarily respect people that don't write their own stuff.
Right.
But I got to respect Cardi for her hustle.
Yeah, and she's
Like
a hell of an
this day and
entertainer.
age in this music industry, it's all about hustle, connections, making money, personality,
Right.
being viral.
Right.
Cardi does all that, so I can't say anything bad about her.
No, that's so real. That is
Yeah.
so real. Now, for my next question on this Test Your Gangsta,
Oh!
I was gonna say, which is not correct? Damn, this is a fucked up kind of question. Which is not correct? I used to hate them questions like, which one is not the
Right?
answer? I'd be like, damn, bro, y'all know I'm dumb.
Like,
Give
that's
me
what I'm
something. Yeah.
saying.
But look, hold
Come
on. But I
on.
got you though. I got
I
you.
feel
though.
like, do I need a bubble test with some number 2 pencils right now? What's going on right now?
And a Scantron, don't
Right?
trip. I
Come
got you. I
on.
got you. Look, this one I think you got, though. I think you got this one. It
Okay.
says, which is not correct. The Queen of Soul is Aretha Franklin.
Absolutely.
The King of R&B is Bruno Mars.
No.
Okay, you already got
No.
it. You already got it.
Hell
Look, you are
no.
correct. You are correct.
No, he might be the king of pop right now,
Right.
not R&B.
Right. Now, look, I got a question for you. Who would you say is right now, especially with the whole jock shit that's going on? I know you saw bro hop on online the other day and be like, man, I'm the king of R&B.
I mean,
yada, yada."
honestly, I have to say Usher.
Ooh, Usher got
Right now,
slaps.
like right now, but so here's the thing, Usher's been quiet for a minute.
Right.
But you can't downplay what he's done.
Yeah, no, you remind me.
None of them have sold out stadiums like he did. None of them have put out consecutive albums like he did that went number 1. Like Chris Brown is
Brown hard,
easily
too.
number 2, like in my opinion, but longevity is Usher. Usher put out a project right now.
Hell yeah.
It's done.
Now,
It's
hold
done.
on. 2 names that I heard in this conversation, it was hella controversial.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about it. I was like, I could see the argument for them. The first name I heard was Justin Timberlake. I was like,
I love JT.
Yeah, I mean, JT
But again,
hard.
but here's the thing. So the reason why I said he's the king of R&B because JT and Chris Brown, they be mingling a lot into pop.
Pop.
So that's my thing. Like Bruno Mars, crazy,
Right.
but that's pop.
Right.
That's not R&B.
And then the other name that I heard, and this one I was like, damn, but I really had to consider it as well. Drake.
No, hell no.
Whoa,
Hell
Drake,
no.
no. Drake got
No,
R&B boppers,
no, he
though.
does not.
Oh.
No, he does not.
I see I be your uncle, your uncle. And honestly, I can't get over you. You left your mom on me, I'll give you ice cream and candies and love.
No, because it's my thing.
Okay, okay.
Drake, extremely talented,
Right.
amazing rapper. Like but no, for you to be considered like R&B, you need to be able to sing your off.
Right, yeah. You got to be able to
Drake
hit notes
cannot
like,
sing. That's the same thing with
Right.
Nicki Minaj. When she tries to sing, I'm like, yo, just stay in your lane.
Right.
They need to stay in their lane because they're amazing and talented. But no, Drake
Hold on.
is not R&B.
I got one more name for you. Drew. King of R&B is Drew, goddammit. I'm about to be out here taking my shirt
All
off.
right, so
hit the
give me
moonwalk.
something. Give me something. Come on,
You
give me
remind
something.
me of a girl that I once knew.
Come on.
See your face whenever I...
Oh,
Look,
hey!
I'm about to bust my
All
ass
right,
trying to be a fool.
come here.
I'm about to bust my ass trying to be a fool, about to follow fuck the whole setup. But no, so, really, r-lyn, I just want to say thank you so much for playing along with the Test My Gangsta.
Of course.
Now, usually we have longer interviews, and I would love to get you back. You're going to do something very special for us. For what production told me you're going to perform today.
I am.
Yo, so we really looking forward to that. I
Okay.
want to say thank you so much for this interview. Thank you
Thank
so much for your
you.
time, r-lyn.
Of
And I'm going to be
course.
backstage checking out your performance, and I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
Yo, y'all, you already know what time it is, man. It's the Mouth Soap. I am Drew. Y'all can follow me at FNG Hayes. Make sure you tap in with us at the Mouth Soap on all of your SM. We on YouTube, podcast, Google Play, all of that shit at the Mouth Soap. So make sure you lock in with us. Hey, we appreciate you, r-lyn, for coming through. Where they can follow you at, girl?
r-lyn Music, R-L-Y-N Music on all platforms.
There it is. And we going to make sure I'm the king of R&B the next time r-lyn come through for this interview. Till next time, baby, it's the Mouth Soap. Thinking out loud. Let's go!
It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars. Tell me who I have to be to gain some reciprocity. See, no one loves you more than me, and no one ever will. Is it just a silly game that forces you to act this way? Forces you to scream my name, then pretend that you can't stay. Tell me who I have to be to gain some reciprocity. See, no one loves you more than me, and no one ever will. No matter how I think we grow, you always seem to let me know it ain't working. It ain't working. And when I try to walk away, you'd hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy. This is crazy. I keep letting you back in. How can I explain myself? As painful as this thing has been, I just can't be with no one else. See, I know what we've got to do. You let go, and I'll let go too. 'Cause no one's hurt me more than you, and no one ever will. No matter how I think we grow, you always seem to let me know it ain't working. It ain't working. And when I try to walk away, you'd hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy. This is crazy. Care for me, care for me. There for me, there for me. Cry for me, cry for me. Get to me, get to me. Care for me, care for me. Said you care for me, there for me, there for me. Said you be there for me, cry for me, cry for me. Said you die for me, get to me, get to me. Won't you live for me, care for me, care for me. Said you care for me, there for me, there for me. Said you be there for me, cry for me, cry for me. Said you die for me, get to me, get to me. Won't you live for me, care, then cry, give, oh. Where were you when I needed you? said you'd die for me. Struggle through the pain, damn near going insane. Never trust a man again. Every time a man comes in, see a shadow next to him. Got this emptiness in me, not the man you swore to be. Don't know why you would send me just to go ahead and leave me worse than when you met me. Would've took a bullet for you. You were the one holding the trigger. Who would've known 20 years later? Shoot me down, no pain is greater. Shoot me down, shot me down, he shot me down, my own creator. Cry, young girl, you do it so well, so well, so well. Cry, young girl, you do it so well, so well, so well. Cry, young girl, you do it so well, 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 so well. Maybe all this time you've been acting. Clearly we define roles differently. You see, you not wanting me, it was just the beginning of me questioning my being. But now I finally realize it's not my fault, your blood's not strong as mine. So I raised my son to be the best man that he can be, and he'll love and trust so freely. Me and that little boy did nothing to you. You walked away, you coward. Thank God that he will never leave me. He'll right your wrongs and make life easy. Right your wrongs, all your wrongs, everything my baby says